Are you getting my voice? Guys, are you getting my voice? వాయిస్ వస్తుందండి? ఓకే గైస్, ఓకే. అంటే నేను ల్యాప్టాప్కి ఈరోజు ఏం చేశానంటే హెడ్ ఫోన్స్ కనెక్ట్ చేశాను. డైలీ మొబైల్ కనెక్ట్ చేస్తాను ల్యాప్టాప్కి. అదే వాయిస్ వస్తుందా లేదా అని. Okay, previously we have seen the heap memory management or dynamic memory management. We have seen implicit and explicit memory management. We have seen. Okay, today we are going to see the issues in the design of a code generator. What are the major issues in the design of a code generator? What are the major things that will play a role in case of a code generator? Briefly, that is the today's topic. We have to see issues in the design of a code generator. See, the final phase of the compiler is the code generator. Okay, the last phase of the compiler is the code generator, which will generate the target machine code. Okay, it takes intermediate representation of the source program as input and give target program as a output. The code generator will take intermediate representation, intermediate code as the input, and it will finally give the target machine code as the output. Okay. The code generation techniques presented, we are going to discuss. Okay, can be used whether or not optimizing phase occurs. Okay, the optimizing phase is generally optional phase. If we want, we can apply the optimal phase, optimization phase. Otherwise, we don't want. Code optimization phase is an optional one. Okay, the code generation techniques can be applied whether or not the optimizing phase has occurred or not. Independent of the optimizing phase, we can happily apply the code generation phase for the intermediate code. Generally, what will happen is after intermediate code is generated, Okay, optimization techniques will be applied to that intermediate code. Okay, for improving the code, then that optimized code will be given to the code generator. The code generator will convert that code into machine code. Okay, if we want, we will give the intermediate representation to the optimization phase. Otherwise, no need. It is not mandatory to. Okay, every time the code must be given to optimizing phase. See, when we see the total compiler generator, okay, the role of compiler, the position of code generator is here. We have the source program. Okay, the source program is converted into intermediate code with the help of front end. Who is there in the front end? Front end lo evaru untarandi? The front end contains lexical analysis, syntax analysis, and semantic analysis. The source program is given to the front end, lexical analysis, syntax analysis, and semantic analysis. Then intermediate code will be generated. The intermediate code, it can be given to optimizer or not. It is our wish. Okay, if you want to improve the code for better code, we will send the intermediate code to optimizer. Otherwise, no problem at all. The code optimizer will can improve the code. Okay, it will give betterment to the code. Then that intermediate code will be passed to code generator. The code generator, with the help of symbol table, it will convert the intermediate code into target machine code. The intermediate code will be converted into the target machine code with the help of symbol table. That is the here the role of code position of the code generator is the last position. Okay, in the entire life cycle of the compiler, code generator position is the last one. The code generator position is at the last one, which will play the take the intermediate code as an input and convert that intermediate code into the target code with the help of symbol tables. That is generally the code generator. What is the role of the code generator? Okay, now when we come to this code generator, what are the major issues in the code generator is input is one issue, target program is one issue, memory management, instruction selection, register allocation, evaluation order. These are the major issues in the code generation. Okay, for the code generator, it will take intermediate code and it will convert the intermediate code into machine code with the help of symbol tables. While converting the intermediate code into the machine code, okay, the major issues that will arise in the code generation are one issue is related to input, one issue is related to target program, issue is related to memory management, issue related to instruction selection, issue related to registers, finally issue related to evaluation order. Okay, these are the major issues that will arise in the during the code generation. We will briefly see one by one what is what each one. Okay, what are the issue related to input, what are the issue related to target program, memory management, instruction selection, register allocation, and evaluation order. That's we will see briefly one by one. Input to the code generator. Okay, the first issue related to the code generator is input to the code generator. What is the input to the code generator? As we already told, intermediate code is the input to the code generator. For the code generator, the input is intermediate code. We will briefly see what are the issue related to this one. The input to the code generation consists of intermediate representation of the source program, which is produced by front end with the help of symbol table. Okay, the input to the code generation consists of intermediate representation of source program produced by the front end. So in representation of the source program produced by the front end together with the symbol table information, together with the information in the symbol table to determine runtime addresses of data objects denoted by the names in the intermediate representation. Okay. Here the main thing is whenever the intermediate representation is given to the code generation, it has to identify the runtime addresses of the data objects denoted by the names in the intermediate representation. Whatever the names in the intermediate representation, for that names, it has to identify the addresses. Okay, the issue related to the input to the code generator is Whenever the intermediate representation is given to the code generator, for the names in the intermediate representation, it has to identify the addresses. It has to identify the addresses. That is the one main issue that is related to this input. Clear, Andy? First thing, what is the issue related to the input is, main thing is it has to identify the runtime addresses. Okay, for the names in the intermediate representation, whenever the intermediate code is given to the code generator, it has to determine the runtime addresses of the names which are used in the intermediate representation. For example, 3 address code lo mana variables chala తీసుకున్నాము. t1 is equal to a plus b అన్నాం అనుకోండి. ఆ ఏ అడ్రస్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలి, బి అడ్రస్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలి, t1 యొక్క అడ్రస్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలి. ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు ఐడెంటిఫై ద అడ్రస్ ఆఫ్ ద నేమ్స్ యూజ్డ్ ఇన్ దట్ రిప్రజెంటేషన్. ఆ రిప్రజెంటేషన్ ఉన్న నేమ్స్ యొక్క అడ్రసెస్ మొత్తం ఐడెంటిఫై చేసుకోవాలి కోడ్ జనరేటర్. Okay, the intermediate representation can be, generally the intermediate code representation will be one form of intermediate code representation is linear representation such as postfix notation. Okay, one type of intermediate representation is the linear representation of like postfix notation. Okay, one type of intermediate representation is the postfix notation. The intermediate code will be represented using in the form of postfix notation. I think we had on the prefix, postfix. Okay, infix, prefix, postfix. One form of the intermediate representation is using postfix notation. Linear representation such as postfix notation is one form of intermediate representation. Next, the second form of representation is 3 address representation such as quadruples. The second form of intermediate code representation is 3 address representation. Okay, such as quadruples. మనకు 3 address representation లో 3 types ఉన్నాయండి. ఏమేంటి? What are the 3 types we have in the 3 address code representation? Quadruples, ఇంకా ఏమున్నాయండి quadruples కూడా 3 address representation? Anybody? 3 address code అప్పుడు చెప్పుకున్నాం అండి. Various representations of 3 address code. ఒకటి quadruples, ఇంకా anybody? మర్చిపోయారా 3 address code? 3 address representation such as quadruples అన్నాడు. ఇంకా వేరే ఫార్మ్స్ ఉన్నాయండి. ఏమేంటి? What are the other forms we have? Anybody? Yeah, triples, indirect triples, exactly. 3 types and 3 address representation. Quadruples, triples, indirect triples. Ala. Okay, one form of representation of intermediate code representation is postfix notation. The other form is 3 address representation. It may be quadruple, it may be triple, or it may be indirect triple. Next, another form of representation is the stack machine code. Okay, then another form of intermediate code representation is the stack machine code. Okay, ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఆ కోడ్ మొత్తాన్ని స్టాక్ లో పెట్టుకుంటాండి. ఆర్డర్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ ఉందనుకోండి, the expression will be stored in a stack. For example, C is equal to A plus B ఉందనుకోండి. Okay, that expression will be stored in a stack. First దాన్ని స్టాక్ లో స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటాడు. Left to right it will store in the stack. C will be in the stack, assignment operator, next A, next B, plus next B. Okay, like that they will store the entire expression in the stack. And evaluation order ఎలా ఉంటుంది? First B will be taken out, next plus will be taken out, next A will be taken out, next assignment operator, next C. Like that reverse order will be taken so that the expression will be represented. That is the stack representation, stack machine code. Another form of intermediate representation is stack machine code. Okay, other forms of intermediate code is the graphical representation such as syntax trees, DAGs. DAG full form, what is the full form of DAG? One more representation of the intermediate code is DAG, syntax trees and DAGs. What is a DAG? DAG full form. Anybody? ఇదిగో మనం చెప్పుకున్న కాన్సెప్ట్ ఏంటి DAG? What is the full form of DAG? మర్చిపోయారా DAG? Anybody? Yes, exactly. Very good. Directed acyclic graph. Okay. One more representation of intermediate code is the intermediate code can be in the form of syntax trees and directed acyclic graphs. DAG representation. That is the one more representation. Okay. Okay. These are the various representations. This is actually E point. This is not E point. E work and the intermediate code representations are 4 types. One is it may be a postfix notation, it may be a 3-address code representation, it may be a stack machine code, it may be a graphical representation such as syntax trees and DAGs. The intermediate code can be in the various forms. Linear representations such as infix, prefix or postfix notations. 3-address code representations such as quadruples, triples or indirect triples. Virtual machine representations such as stack machine code. Graphical representation such as syntax trees or directed acyclic graphs. Okay, these are the 4 different ways of representation of intermediate code: linear representation, 3-address representation, virtual machine representation, graphical representation. Okay, ఇది యాక్చువల్లీ ఈ కాదండి, బై మిస్టేక్ ఈ అని వచ్చేసింది అక్కడ. ఓకే, ఇది నెక్స్ట్ పాయింట్, నార్మల్ పాయింట్ టు డిస్కస్ అబౌట్ దట్ ఇంటర్మీడియట్ కోడ్. These are the various forms of intermediate code, 4 different forms of intermediate code. This intermediate code will be given to the code generator. Then actually the code generator, with the help of symbol table, convert this intermediate code into machine code. Clear? Here the main issue is in the whenever this intermediate code is given to the code generator, it has to identify the addresses of the names used in that intermediate code. For the names used in that intermediate code, it has to identify the addresses. That is the one major issue in the related to input. Whenever input is given to the code generator, it has to identify the addresses. Clear? Okay. See, before the code, prior to the code generation, the front end must be scanned, parsed and translated into the intermediate representation along with necessary type checking. Therefore, input to the code generation is assumed to be error free. Okay. Before coming to the code generation, the front end will scan, parse and translate it into intermediate code. A front end lo source program it is scanned. Lexical analysis lo it will be scanned. Syntax analysis lo it will be parsed. And in semantic analysis, it will be translated into the intermediate representation. Okay. In the front end, it will be scanned, parsed and translated into intermediate representation along with necessary type checking. At the time of converting the intermediate representation itself, type checking will be done. Therefore, the input to the code generation is assumed to be error free. Generally, the input intermediate representation which is given to the code generation is error free. Generally, it is error free. Why? Because at the front end itself, all the type error checking will also be done. Okay, in the lexical, syntax and semantic analysis itself, the error checking will be done so that it is an error free. Clear? So the first point is, briefly when we come to the issues related to the code generator, one issue is related to input. The main issue related to input is, we have, whenever the intermediate code is given to the code generator, first it has to identify the runtime addresses of the data objects denoted by the names in the intermediate representation. Intermediate representation names addresses identify చేసుకోవాలి. That is the first issue which is related to the input of the code generator. Related to the code generator, one issue is related to input. Generally, the input will be given in 4 different forms. The input representation is in 4 different forms, which we have seen in the here. Linear representation, 3-address representation, virtual machine representation, graphical representation. Okay. Whatever the representation, before giving to the intermediate code is given to the code generation, it must be verified and the code must be error free. There should not be any errors in the intermediate code which before giving it to the code generator. That is the first point related to issues of the code generator. The second point related to the code generator is the target program. That means target machine code. Okay, the output of the code generator is the target program or target code. That means nothing but the machine code. The output of the code generator is the target program. Generally, the output will be in three different forms. The target program will be in three different forms: absolute machine code, relocatable machine code, assembly language. The output of the compiler, the code generator will be in three different ways: absolute machine code, relocatable machine code, and assembly language. Okay, some compilers will convert the source program into finally into assembly language. Some compilers will convert the source program finally into the assembly language. Then assembler will convert the assembly language program into target machine code. Okay, some compilers will directly generate the machine code instead of assembly language code. Directly they will generate the machine language code. Some compilers will convert the source program into machine program directly. Some program compilers will convert the source program into assembly program. Then assembler will convert that assembly program into machine code depending on what type of compiler we are using. So when we come to the target program, the output of the code generator is the target program. The target program can be absolute machine code, relocatable machine code, assembly language code. It can be in any one of these three phases: assembly language, machine language, assembly language, absolute machine language, and relocatable machine language. Absolute ki relocatable ki difference ఏందండి? What is the difference between absolute and relocatable? Absolute machine language code, relocatable machine language code. Difference ఎలా చెప్పుకోవచ్చు ఈ రెండింటికి? Absolute machine language code, relocatable machine language code. How can we differentiate them? Absolute machine language means, okay, the target code will be stored in a fixed location. Okay, the location fixed by the compiler. The targeted machine code which is generated will be stored in a fixed location. That is the absolute machine language code. Here the machine language generated will be stored in a fixed location. When we come to the relocatable machine code, okay, the machine code can be relocatable. That means the location can be changeable. Okay, it will not be stored in a fixed location. Depending on the situation, it can be relocatable. Finally, the third case is the assembly language. Okay, what is this absolute machine language code is? It can be placed in a fixed memory location and can be executed immediately. Absolute machine language code is placed in a fixed memory location and can be executed immediately. What is this relocatable one? Okay, here relocatable, the name is getting, it is not stored in a fixed location. The location can be changeable. Okay, it allows subprograms to be compiled separately. In case of relocatable machine language, the subprograms can be compiled separately. That means if it have the subprograms or subfunctions, functions are there, okay, each function can be compiled separately. Generally, relocatable machine code is whose location can be changed in the memory. Finally, the third form of the output target program is the assembly language. Okay, assembly language is the third form of this one. I think you have some idea about the assembly language. We know. Okay, so when we come to the target program can be generated in three different ways: absolute machine language code, relocatable machine language code, assembly code, depending on what type of compiler we are using. Okay, some compilers will give absolute machine language code, some compilers will give relocatable machine language code, some compilers will give the assembly language code. The third issue related to the code generator is the memory management. Okay, input is one issue, output is one issue, and the third issue is the related to memory management. Okay, how the memory will be managed here. That is also one issue related to this one. See, when we come to memory management, names in the source program are mapped to addresses of data objects in runtime memory by front-end and code generator. The names which are used in the source program, that means the variables are objects or whatever the names we are using in the source program, they are mapped to addresses of data objects in runtime memory. Okay, the names will be mapped to addresses in the runtime memory by the front end and core generator. Who is the front end? Front end means nothing but combination of lexical analysis, syntax analysis and semantic analysis. So with the help of front end three phases and the core generator phase, the names of the source program are mapped to the addresses in the runtime memory. Okay. To do this mapping, it makes use of help, it takes help of symbol table. Okay. With the help of symbol table, this memory management will be done. The names are mapping to addresses by the front end and core generator with the help of symbol tables. Okay, whenever a name is to be mapped to some address, first that reference to the name is verified in the symbol table. Then with the help of the symbol table, the name will be mapped to the address. The name will be mapped to the given address. Okay. Sometimes the intermediate code will contain the labels. Okay. The label, whenever labels are present in the intermediate code representation, that labels will be converted into the addresses of instructions. Okay. If labels are present, the labels are converted into the addresses of instructions. The labels are also converted into the addresses. Labels అంటే ఐడియా ఉంది కదండి. Labels అంటే ఐడియా ఉంది కండి. What is a label in the intermediate code representation? Labels అంటే ఎలా ఉంటాయి intermediate code representation లో? What he is saying is, if labels are present, then the labels are also converted into the intermediate into the addresses. The labels are also mapped to the addresses అన్నాడు. What is a label in the intermediate code representation? లేబుల్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది? కెన్ యూ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్? ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏదైనా లేబుల్స్ ఎలా ఉంటాయి? గో టు స్టేట్మెంట్స్, జంప్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్, బ్రేక్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా లేబుల్స్ అండి. మనం రాసుకుంటున్నాం కదా, ఇఫ్ ఐ లెస్ దెన్ జే గో టు లైన్ నెంబర్ 2, ఇఫ్ అదర్వైజ్ గో టు లైన్ నెంబర్ 4. ఓకే, దట్ గో టు ఈస్ ద లేబుల్. 3 address code లో we are using the go to, they are the labels. Labels are nothing but the jump statements or go to statements. Okay, whenever the labels are present, they also should be converted into the addresses. For example, if the statement is like this, in the 3 address code we have like this, I less than j, go to of I. Now what will happen if I less than j, go to I? Here what will happen if I is less than j, immediately, okay, the controller will jump to the address of I. Okay, the target address is equal to the address of location of I. Whenever I less than j, we are saying go to of I. So if the condition is true, okay, now the target address will be equal to the location of the I. That means address of the variable I. Go to I, we will jump to the address of I. That is the thing. So this is briefly the third issue, that is memory management. The third issue related to the code generator is the memory management. Here what we have to do is, the names must be linked to the addresses of the addresses in the runtime memory with the help of front end and the code generator. Okay, yeah, along with the help of symbol tables. Okay, If labels are present, labels also must be converted to the addresses. That is the issue related to memory management. Here the issue is also mapping of the names and the addresses. That is the same issue here also we will have. Next, instruction selection. One more issue in the code generator is which instruction we have to select. The instructions of the target machine should be complete and uniform. Okay, instruction full page ga undali, uniform ga undali, ఒకే రకంగా ఉండాలి. Instruction speed and machine idioms are important factors when efficiency of the target program is considered. Speed of the instruction and machine idioms means nothing but the instruction set of the machine. I think మీకు ఐడియా ఉండే ఉండొచ్చు, సివిలో వచ్చి ఉండొచ్చు. Okay, basing on the type of the machine, the set of instructions will be changed. 8085 processor అనుకోండి, the set of instructions for 8085 machine is different. 8086 machine అయితే the instruction set is different. i3 processor, the set of instructions will be different. i5 processor, the set of instructions will be different. Depending on the target machine, okay, the set of instructions will be different. Okay, so what he want to say is the speed of instruction statements are important when we calculate the efficiency of the target program. How efficiently the target program is generated will depends on the machine set of machine instructions and speed of those instructions. How much speedily the instructions are executing and what are the set of instructions. Basing on those 2 points, the efficiency of the target program will be decided. Okay, the quality of the generated code is determined by its speed and size. Whatever the quality of the generated machine code is determined by its speed of execution and size of the program. Depending on the size and speed, the quality of the generated code will be decided. Okay, that the former statement can be translated into later statement. Okay, and the example, see, we have taken an example of 3 address code like this. This is the intermediate representation of a program. The intermediate representation like this. Okay, how this statement is represented in converted into the machine code. If we convert this statement into the machine code, the set of instructions will be like this. మనకి ఇలా ఉందనుకోండి, a is equal to b plus a, d is equal to a plus c. ఇక్కడ ఇష్యూ ఏంటంటే ఏ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి, విచ్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు సెలెక్ట్. దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో అన్ ఇష్యూ. a is equal to b plus c కి what is the first we have to do? We are selecting the instruction move b comma r0. Move the value of b into the register r0. b ni value of b ni ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, first we are moving the value of b into r0 register r0. Second instruction is b ni c కి యాడ్ చేయాలి కాబట్టి add c comma r0. The second instruction is add c comma r0. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుందండి, యాడ్ c comma r0 మీన్స్ వాట్ విల్ హ్యాపెన్, దాని మీనింగ్ ఎలా చెప్తారు? యాడ్ c comma r0 అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? వాట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ యాడ్ c comma r0? We have taken second time we have taken the add instruction, add operand c comma r0. అంటే దీని మీనింగ్ ఏంటంటే ఇది ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే ప్రోగ్రామ్లో r0 is equal to r0 plus c, r0 is equal to r0 plus c రాయాలి అంటే మెషిన్ కోడ్లో ఎలా రాస్తామంటే యాడ్ c comma r0 ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఉంది. ఓకే, యాడ్ c comma r0 means the value of c will be added to value which is present in the register r0. The final result will be again stored in r0. దీని మీనింగ్ ఏంటంటే యాడ్ c comma r0 means its meaning is r0 is equal to r0 plus c. This is the meaning of that one. Add the value of c to value of r0 and store the result in r0. Next b plus c అయిపోయింది, ఈ రిజల్ట్ a లో స్టోర్ అవ్వాలి. సో మూవ్ r0 comma a. Again when the result of r0 is in result The result is in R0. It is moving to A. A is equal to B plus C. Again A plus C we have. Again we are writing move A comma R0. The value of A is placed in R0. Add E comma R0. E plus R0 is equal to R0. Finally the result should be stored in D. So move R0 comma D. Like this. Instruction selection is important one. Okay. Whenever the machine code is generated, the efficiency of the machine code will depend on the instruction set and speed of the instructions. Okay, what is the instruction set we have and how much speedily the instructions are executing? Depending on those 2 points, the efficiency of the target program is decided. The efficiency and the quality of the target program is decided by using those 2 points. How fastly the machine, how fast the instructions are executing, what are the set of instructions. Basing on those one, the quality and the efficiency of the target program is decided. Clear? That is the, so the issue related to the instructions is selection of instructions. Which instructions we have to select for converting the given intermediate code into the machine code. That is the one issue related to the instruction selection. The next one is the register allocation. One more issue related to the instruction code generator is the register allocation. Which register we have to allocate? How can we define registers? How can you define a register? Register nela define cheyachandi. Anybody? How can we define a register? ఎవరైనా రిజిస్టర్ని ఎలా డిఫైన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు మనం జనరల్గా? హౌ కెన్ వి డిఫైన్ ఏ రిజిస్టర్? R0 ఇస్ రిజిస్టర్. ఓకే, ఎలా డిఫైన్ చేయొచ్చు? రిజిస్టర్ అంటే ఎలా డిఫైన్ చేస్తారు? ఎవరైనా అడిగారు అనుకోండి, వాట్ ఈజ్ ఏ రిజిస్టర్? హౌ కెన్ యూ డిఫైన్ ఏ రిజిస్టర్? రిజిస్టర్ అంటే ఎలా డిఫైన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు? ఎనీబడి, వాట్ ఈజ్ ఏ రిజిస్టర్? మనం మెమరీ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో అండి, వీఆర్ డిస్కసింగ్ రిజిస్టర్ ఇన్ ద పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ ఆఫ్ మెమరీ. మెమరీలో రిజిస్టర్స్ గురించి మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నాం అండి. మీకు ఓఎస్లో మెమరీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ అయిపోయిందా? ఓఎస్లో మెమరీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ అయిపోయిందండి. హైరార్కీ ఆఫ్ మెమరీ డివైజెస్ రాలేదా? హైరార్కీ ఆఫ్ మెమరీ డివైజెస్. How can we, okay, leave it. How can we define a register? Means a register is a small and fast memory. A register is a small and fast memory. A register is a small memory. That means its capacity is very small. Only KBs of data can be stored in the register. But it is a fast memory. The accessing speed of register is very fast. Okay, when we compare with all the memory devices, who is the fastest device? Means register is the fastest memory access device. The fastest device is the register. What is the smallest memory device? Means register. Okay, a register can be defined as small and fast memory. We can define that one as a small and fast memory. That means whose capacity is very small but the accessing speed is very high. When we compare all the memory devices, okay, in the point of size, the size of register is least one. When we compare memory devices in the point of view of speed, register is the first one who has the highest speed. Clear? A register can be defined as a small and fast memory. ఇక్కడ issue ఏంటంటే, what is the issue related to register allocation is which register we have to allocate. That is the issue. Okay. Instructions which are involving register operands are shorter and faster than registers involving operands in memory. Okay, the instructions which are involving register are shorter and faster than the instructions which are involving operands in memory. Okay, when we execute an instruction on registers, it will be fast when we compare with execution of the same instruction on the operands in memory. మెమరీలో ఉండే ఆపరెంట్స్ మీద సేమ్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ అప్లై చేస్తే రిజిస్టర్స్ మీద అప్లై చేస్తే ఏది స్పీడ్గా ఉంటుంది అంటే రిజిస్టర్స్ విల్ బి స్పీడ్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ యాడ్ R1 R2 ఒక ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ రాశానండి, యాడ్ R1 R2. ఇక్కడ రెండు ఇన్పుట్స్ ఎవరు? రిజిస్టర్స్. ద యాడ్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఇస్ అప్లైడ్ ఆన్ R1 R2. సేమ్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ యాడ్ ని మెమరీలో ఉన్న ఆపరెంట్స్ అప్లై చేస్తాను. యాడ్ A, B రాశాను. యాడ్ A, B వేర్ A and B రిలేటెడ్ ఆర్ స్టోర్డ్ ఇన్ మెమరీ ఆపరెంట్స్. A and B are in memory operands. సో A, B డైరెక్ట్ గా మెమరీలో స్టోర్ చేస్తున్నాము, రిజిస్టర్ లో నార్మల్ మెమరీలో స్టోర్ చేస్తున్నాము. ఈ R1 R2 రిజిస్టర్స్. సేమ్ యాడ్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ R1 R2 కి అప్లై చేస్తాము, A, B కి అప్లై చేస్తాము. ఫర్ విచ్ వన్ ఇట్ విల్ బి ఫాస్ట్? For which one it will be fast means for register operands it will be very fast. Okay, the instructions involving register operands are shorter in size but faster in action speed when we compare with instructions involving operands in memory. Okay, మనం డేటా కనుక రిజిస్టర్స్ లో స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటే ఆ డేటా యాక్సెస్ చేయడం ఫాస్ట్ గా ఉంటుందండి. ద యాక్సెస్ స్పీడ్ విల్ బి వెరీ ఫాస్ట్ వెన్ ద డేటా ఈజ్ అవైలబుల్ ఇన్ ద రిజిస్టర్స్ instead of main memory. Main memory కాకుండా if the data is available in the registers the speed will be very more. Okay, the use of registers is subdivided to two sub problems. Okay, how to allocate registers means it has two sub problems are there. The allocation of registers are two types. One is register allocation is one type, register assignment is second type. The register allocation is subdivided into two types. The first one is the register allocation, second one is register assignment. Allocation ki assignment ki difference ela untundi? What is the difference between allocation and assignment? What is the difference between register allocation and register assignment? వర్క్ అసైన్ చేయడానికి, వర్క్ ఎలోకేట్ చేయడానికి డిఫరెన్స్ ఏందండి? వర్క్ ఎలోకేషన్ అంటాము, వర్క్ అసైన్మెంట్ అంటాము. వాట్ ఈస్ డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ దోస్ టూ? సి వర్క్ ఎలోకేషన్ అంటేనేమో నేను చెప్పిన వర్క్ మీరు చేయాలండి. ఎలోకేషన్ నేను ఎలోకేట్ చేసిన వర్క్ మీరు చేయాలి. వర్క్ అసైన్మెంట్ అంటే ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే మీకు నచ్చిన వర్క్ మీరు అడుగుతారు, మీరు అడిగిన వర్కే నేను అసైన్ చేస్తాను. మీరు మీరు అడిగిన వర్కే ఎలోకేట్ చేశాను అనుకోండి, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ అసైన్మెంట్. రిజిస్టర్ అసైన్మెంట్ అంటే ఓకే వెన్ ఎవర్ వీఆర్ స్టోరింగ్ ద నేమ్స్ అడిగి ఓకే ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో ఉన్న నేమ్స్ అడిగిన రిజిస్టర్స్ ఇస్తే దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ రిజిస్టర్ అసైన్మెంట్. అలా కాకుండా ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో ఉండే వేరియబుల్స్ కి మనమే రిజిస్టర్స్ ఇచ్చాము, వీ హ్యావ్ గివెన్ ద సమ్ రిజిస్టర్స్ ఫర్ ద వేరియబుల్స్ ఇన్ ద ప్రోగ్రామ్, దెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ రిజిస్టర్ అలోకేషన్. క్లియర్ అండి? రిజిస్టర్ వెన్ వీ కమ్ టు ద రిజిస్టర్స్ కెన్ బి గివెన్ టు ద వేరియబుల్స్ ఇన్ టూ వేస్. One is register allocation, the second one is register assignment. What is register allocation means? For the set of variables in the program, some registers will be given. Okay, some registers will be given by the compiler. Variables the compiler దాని నచ్చిన registers ఇచ్చారు అనుకోండి, it is called register allocation. What is register assignment means? Okay, the variables will ask the register, నాకు పలానా రిజిస్టర్ అని అడుగుతుంది, that register will be assigned to the variable, that is called the register assignment. Okay, the specific register that a variable picked, variable ki nachina specific register ni allocate cheyadani emanta unte that is called the register assignment. Clear andi? For example, okay, certain machine requires even odd register pairs for some operands. Konni machines lo elagante to do the operations they will require even odd registers. ఓకే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇలా ఉందనుకోండి, డివిజన్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ విత్ వై, డిఎక్స్వై, డివైడ్ ఎక్స్ విత్ వై, ఇదని మనకి ఇచ్చిన ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్. ఎక్స్ విత్ వై అన్నప్పుడు ఏమైనా చేస్తుంటే ఎక్స్ విల్ ఆస్క్ ఈవెన్ రిజిస్టర్, వై విల్ ఆస్క్ ఆడ్ రిజిస్టర్. ఓకే, కొన్ని మెషిన్స్ లో ఏంటంటే దే విల్ రిక్వైర్ ద ఈవెన్ ఆడ్ రిజిస్టర్స్ ఫర్ ద ఆపరెంట్స్. ఓకే, ఒక ఆపరేటర్ రెండు ఆపరెంట్స్ ఉంటే ఒక ఆపరెంట్ ఏమో ఈవెన్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఈవెన్ రిజిస్టర్ లో స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటుంది, ఒక ఆపరెంట్ ఏమో ఆడ్ రిజిస్టర్ లో స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటుంది. అంటే అక్కడ ఖచ్చితంగా అడుగుతుంది, ఫర్ వన్ ఆపరెంట్ ఐ వాంట్ ఓన్లీ ఈవెన్ రిజిస్టర్, ఫర్ వన్ ఆపరెంట్ ఐ వాంట్ ఓన్లీ ఆడ్ రిజిస్టర్. అలాంటప్పుడు అడిగిన రిజిస్టర్ ఇచ్చాం అనుకోండి, దాన్ని ఏమంటాం అంటే రిజిస్టర్ అసైన్మెంట్. సచ్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ గివింగ్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ రిజిస్టర్ అసైన్మెంట్. Okay, whenever we have divide x with y, where x dividend even register, x నేమో ఈవెన్ రిజిస్టర్ స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటున్నాము, y డివైజర్ వచ్చేసేమో ఆడ్ రిజిస్టర్ ఆఫ్ ద ఈవెన్ ఆర్డర్ రిజిస్టర్ పేర్. ఈవెన్ ఆర్డర్ రిజిస్టర్ పేర్స్ లో x నేమో ఈవెన్ దాంట్లో స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటున్నాము, y నేమో ఆడ్ దాంట్లో స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటున్నాము. లైక్ దట్. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుంది, ద మెషిన్ ఈజ్ రిమైనింగ్, ఆ సిస్టమ్ ఆ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ ప్రకారం ఏంటంటే x మస్ట్ బి ఇన్ ఈవెన్ రిజిస్టర్, y మస్ట్ బి ఇన్ ఆడ్ రిజిస్టర్. They will demand, I want only even register, I want only odd register. అవి అడిగిన రిజిస్టర్స్ ఇచ్చాం అనుకోండి, దట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ అలోకేషన్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ ద రిజిస్టర్ అసైన్మెంట్. లేదు కంపైలర్ నచ్చిన ఇచ్చా అనుకోండి, దట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ అలోకేషన్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ రిజిస్టర్ అలోకేషన్. సో వెన్ వి కమ్ టు ద రిజిస్టర్స్, ద ఇష్యూ రిలేటెడ్ టు రిజిస్టర్స్ ఈస్ which register should be given to the variables. For the variables in the program, which registers we have to give, that is the issue related to the registers. So the register allocation is of two types. First one is register allocation, second one is register assignment. In case of register allocation, the compiler will allocate registers to the names in the 3 address code. Register assignment is okay, the registers required by demanded by the variables will be given to the register. Okay, in the second case, the variables will demand, I want this type of registers only, then that particular registers will be assigned to that variable, that is the register assignment. So that is one more issue related to the code generator is register allocation. Finally we have the evaluation order. One more issue related to the code generation is evaluation order. In which order we have to execute the statements, instructions or statements, that is the evaluation order. The order in which computations are performed can affect the efficiency of the target code. The order of instructions in which we have to perform the computations will affect the efficiency of the target code. Clear? Evaluation order will also play a major role in the execution of the target code. The efficiency of the target code is also depending on this one. Anna, 2 minutes. Okay. Generally, some computation orders require few registers. Some require more registers, some require few registers. So the order of evaluation of the instructions will also affect the target code. The efficiency of the target code will also depends on this evaluation order. So these are the 6 issues which are related to the intermediate code, code generator. When we come to the code generator, these are the major issues related to the code generator. Okay, the issues are input is one issue to the code generator. Input is one issue. Next, target code is output is also one issue. Input is one issue. Output is one issue. Target code is also one issue. Memory management is also an issue to the code generation. Instruction selection is also an issue. Register allocation is also an issue. Evaluation order is also an issue. All these are the major issues for the code generator. Whenever the code generator take the intermediate code to generate the target program, input will be one issue, output will be one issue, memory management is the issue, selection of instructions is also an issue, allocation of registers is also an issue, the order of evaluation of the statements is also an issue. These are the major issues that are related to the code generator. Clear and briefly, what is this code generator role? What are the issues related to the code generator? Is it clear now? Okay, and this is the today's concept of the issues related to code generator. Clear? Again, we will meet in the next class on Monday with the target program. With the concept of target program, we will meet on the Monday. Okay, guys. Thank you very much.